Hi, how you doing?
Good, very good. Well, I imagine this has been a fun week for you. You love watching all that Memphis offensive tape, don't you?
Yeah, and there's a lot of it too. Yeah, it's been interesting.
Well, kind of talk first and foremost about the concepts. I mean, Justin Fuente, rightfully given a lot of credit for designing a very dangerous spread offense. He was at TCU, did a good job with some good quarterbacks like Andy Dalton, and now he's brought that to Memphis. Kind of talk about the concepts that they employ.
They can run it and they can throw it. You know, if you don't have enough people in the box, they'll run it on you. You get too many people outside, or inside, they're gonna throw it on you. Their quarterback is tremendous. I mean, he's the best kid that in my 20 years here, I've seen play, and we've played against a bunch of people that are still playing in the NFL. He's unbelievable. He's, again, the best quarterback I've seen and had to defend. So, really good player. O-line is solid. They got a great team.
One of the things I noticed is that they'll put a bunch of receivers to the short side of the field and then one guy out to the wide side, and this quarterback can make that throw, which is probably one of the hardest throws in football, to the wide side, to the boundary or side of the field.
Yeah, exactly. There are no throws he can't make. I mean, they sprint him out. He can throw it across his body. I mean, he's got a really strong arm and he's super accurate. I mean, a lot of times you see some catches that you go, wow, that was a nice ball, nice catch, but he does it continuously. I mean, you give him any windows, he's gonna get the ball there.
I think particularly unnerving or disconcerting for a defensive coordinator is against Tulane last week. He took off and ran the ball for 25 yards. It's enough problems to worry about with these guys than him taking off and running.
Yeah, I mean, he can run too. It's going to take 4 of us to get him down. He's a big kid. So, yeah, we have our hands full. I mean, they're a really good football team. He's an exceptional player. They've got a bunch of good running backs, great receivers, I mean, and a really good O-line. They don't have a lot of weaknesses.
Can you talk about the pressure that's going to be on your secondary in particular? Because obviously they do throw it around, spread it to a lot of wide receivers, and they do things to try to get you singled out one-on-one, where one guy is going to be out there in space.
Exactly. Well, we just need to play smart and try to play our game and, do the best we can.
Do you think pressure on this guy is important, or is he? I mean, do you have to be careful with trying to go crazy on pressure in this guy?
It's hard. It's hard to say. Their old line picks things up really well. I mean, there's not been a lot of teams that have gotten to him. So, you're kind of in a little bit of a pickle. Do you bring them and you don't get there? Now you're leaving guys hanging. You drop a bunch of guys, you're for sure not going to get there. So, we'll just have to see how it transpires.
Will they use all the various formations? Do they employ 2 tight ends, 1 tight end, 2 people in the backfield?
They'll be in 12 personnel. They'll be in 11 personnel. Those are their 2 main personnel groupings, but they use them both. 11 obviously a little more, but they'll jump in both of them. Whatever they're having success with, they'll run.
11 meaning?
1 tight end and
12?
And 1 back. 12 is 2 tight ends and 1 back.
Right. But then they'll also probably go 1 back and 4 receivers.
A little bit, not a lot.
No?
Yeah,
they like to have a tight end there.
They're going to have a tight end there. And their tight end's another receiver. I mean, they'll walk him out. Number 40, they'll walk him out and throw to him. He's not your typical tight end.
Mm-hmm. Right. So just a big challenge for the defense as a whole.
Gigantic. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Good to see you, pal. How's life, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Well, wanted to talk to you about this offense you're going to be going against. I mean, it's pretty prolific. We'll talk about the challenges defense faces.
Oh yeah, it's a huge challenge playing such a great quarterback and great team. But I mean, I think we're up for the challenge. We just got to focus on preparation and getting on our playbooks and watching extra film and stuff.
This is the beginning of what's going to be a lot of these spread-type teams that really throw it around, chuck it around. Houston will be similar, SMU. Can you talk about what the defensive backs' roles in this? I mean, you're going to be out there. They try to create matches where you're out there in space alone. Kind of talk about what you're seeing on film.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of explosive players, but we feel like if we do what we're coached to do and play sound fundamental football and just have disciplined eyes, we feel that we can play with anybody, and we're going to go out there and compete to the best of our ability.
What else? I mean, do you look forward to these types of games where you know that you're going to be tested as a cornerback?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, we're not scared, but we're just excited to get out there and play.
Is it important for you and Brennan in particular to be able to tackle in space? Because I think I've watched a lot of their film, and they will get it set up so that a cornerback's out there one-on-one, and and there's really no one else around because the way they create the formation. Is that going to be crucial that you guys get guys on the ground quickly?
Yeah, tackling is important every week, just focusing on the fundamentals, the basics, forcing them to our help, and if we do miss, make sure we're missing outside and make them go to the pursuit.
Okay. All right, thanks, Quince.
All right, thank you.
Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you've done in your hometown. How did this all evolve with you doing the scholarships? Kind of tell me how this all started.
We kind of thought about it probably when I got to Naps. After graduating and see how many guys were going to college and some of our guys weren't going to college, we really thought like maybe it would be a whole lot better if a lot of the guys were with us, and we can talk to other guys. What different type of ways could we use our not just money but wisdom going to college to impart on the younger guys at our school and just the area period. So when I was at Naps, my best friend was at Georgia Tech at the time.
Vad?
Yeah, Vad Lee was at Georgia Tech at the time. We kind of talked about it, just try to figure out some different things we could do. We already spoke to plenty middle schools in the area and volunteered with YMCAs and stuff like that and Boys and Girls Club. And we said we want to do something of our own, and we were like, well, we're college students, we don't have money like that. But instead of just talking like that and being down on ourselves, we wrote some things out and said, called our AD, called our old head coach, and told him like this is what we want to do. We want to get together, maybe have like a big football reunion, get a whole bunch of guys together, and we started saving money from month to month, putting it to the side, and we asked a lot of the parents and moms and old coaches from the area if they would like to donate to our cause, and we got the all-in thing going, and next thing you know, we had I think it was just $500 out of pocket, and just asking for donations the first year. The next year, we started getting online and really pushing it through social media. Before we know it, we were $1,000, $2,000, and just getting a whole lot of different volunteers and people to come out.
And that's the name of the All-In Foundation.
All-In
right?
Foundation.
And this past summer, you were able to give how many scholarships?
We were able to give 2 scholarships the past year. We raised $2,000 last year.
So 1,000 each.
Yes.
How do you identify the recipients?
So we have a whole application process. We actually talk to them after we get the applications. There's an essay involved, recommendations from the teachers, recommendations from the coach. And after we kind of take the time to talk about it for a while, we wait until like the last day to see them one more time, and we make our choice.
Do you do this in the summer? I mean, do you get home to Durham and actually spend some time doing this?
We don't get a lot of time because of football season. We don't get a lot of chances to go home. We may go home one weekend before that. Other than that, it's just calling mom, calling our parents, calling coaches to get the applications through, using Google Drives, any and every resource that we can in order to talk to these guys. And now we're a whole lot more organized with doing that. But most of the time, it's heavy for us in the springtime. Even though we're doing spring ball, we're calling each other every day, figuring things out, designing T-shirts, calling different just food trucks, calling people who might want to sell their goods just on the side out there at the family reunion. Well, we call it family reunion sometimes, but at the reunion, and this NFL guys who've come from the area who might want to play. We spend a lot of time in the spring. Right now, we've already started figuring out things that we want to do, like, the big check idea. We want to do something like that. I've been designing the shirts myself up in school because we have, certain computers and help that I can do. And he's been thinking of great ideas and fun games that we can get going this year.
So you're going to keep it going even after graduating?
Bigger and better every year. That's really what we want to do. And I'm hopefully going to be in Virginia, Norfolk, so I'll be even closer. So in the next years to come, we will be more and more hands-on and more help, and it'll get bigger and bigger for us every year.
So do you feel as though there's a lot of kids in Durham that have talent that are just not getting out?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a lot. And I think what the thing is, when you're younger, of course you're going to school every day, and you've been in school for a while. You just kind of don't really think about it. And people wait till late till it's their senior year to try to, really up the grades and really think about that stuff. And sophomore, freshman, junior, every year is a year where you should be focused on academics and focused on excellence. And a lot of times they don't know certain things about NCAA rules. They don't know what to do, where to go. They don't know about camps. And they don't really know what college is like. And not everybody gets the opportunity to go on official visits. So if we get the chance to, just get a call from them, a text, or just go speak to them about what college is like, what it could be like, where they want to be, what majors is like, how business-like college football can be in other sports too. Our scholarship doesn't only go to people who want to play football, play a sport in college. It's about college first, period.
All right, thanks, Meyer.
No problem.
Okay.